I think I slept with my arms over my head, and then I kind of, when I brought it down, it was like, kind of crunched. So I think there's like some kind of, I don't know what the hell, whatever holds it in the socket it doesn't feel very stable, and it hurts.
You're making golf excuses already.
Oh, I think it'll really affect my golf game. It affected my mowing game, so I don't know why it wouldn't affect my golf game. I saw you shot a 50 with no witnesses, so I just add 8 strokes to that. Just so you
There
know.
were other people on the course.
Yeah, I bet they were real concerned with your play. Hey, good job, Mark.
Do you still want to get something to eat after?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I thought maybe you were full.
Seriously, I'm never full. We're gonna do an episode that I burn a lot of calories. Me more than you, but
well, we are very active because we do the Fat Albert.
The Fat Albert dance. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I would have to do this guy because over the head hurts. So
because of your bum shoulder.
My bad
Just
shoulder.
Get a replacement.
Get
what
a new
are you waiting
shoulder.
for?
I know. I think I should get a third shoulder, like an auxiliary shoulder in the middle of my back. That way, I can play pickleball better.
Oh, now you're going into tonight's topic a little bit.
Oh yeah. So we're started. This thing's on.
We are.
All right. Well. I'm not sure if we've heard the theme music yet. Maybe you can play it right now. But
I don't know how to do that.
Anyway, we never shout out it's been many episodes since we shouted out
Yeah, you're
our
right.
original theme music, which is done by members of various projects, including Feegee. So thanks to Alex and Paul from Feegee for helping us out, and we appreciate it. We'll get we've got a t-shirt design in the works for about the last many months, and
the theme music or the theme song and the shirts are for what?
Oh, TheAscertainers,
Yeah,
the name of
hi.
this podcast. We are alphabetically one of the top podcasts in the country. Well, world, really. Especially because we spell it with 3 A's before the word ascertainer, like the tow trucks used to do.
Oh, that's right.
A towing.
AAA plus.
Because that would, you know why they would do that?
Be first in the yellow pages.
Yes, the yellow pages, everybody.
If you know what that is,
Wow.
you're old.
That's wild how much paper was used to. Now they got to have forest fires just to keep up with, you know what I mean? We used to cut down trees and just make shit like crazy, like paper stuff.
Right.
And now since there's no phone books, you can burn down millions of acres and we're still okay. Mark, I don't know why you're starting those fires. It's not very cool. You get attention from the podcast. You don't have to, Sparky out there. Why are you laughing so hard?
I don't know. Just
Wow, kind of nervous laughter too. Sounds
It
like, don't you think? Okay, well here we are. This is an interesting recording scenario. I don't think we've never recorded on a Saturday before, except maybe the first ever. I think was a Saturday.
I think it was a Saturday because we were both busy on that Friday.
Yeah. If we only knew what would turn into this thing would turn our Friday nights into, but I think we got into a rut, and
It's good to change it up.
yeah. Well, I liked we had to do an extra one last weekend because we sucked so bad on the first one that I liked how that one turned out. And if you don't like how it turned out, you will get a refund for whatever you paid to listen to it.
Wow.
Just write us at TheAscertainers@gmail.com. Tell us what you paid, and then tell us where that money is because we didn't see it. So.
And if someone did send us an email, I didn't recognize the name, and neither did Jim. But if it was a Germany listener or someone like that we got rid of, sorry. Let us know in the heading.
Well, I think we got a phishing email is what we got.
I do, but just in case.
Yeah, it's like it was from. I'll show you the way that you can tell if it's like even close to legit.
Well, I didn't look at where it came from. What the
That's the key.
Right.
If it's from fucking Gmail address or something, unless you ordered something from like Etsy or some shit, it's a scam. So,
Oh, and again, I'm Mark.
We don't have an IT department. It's Mark. He's the IT department.
My partner over here is Jim.
I'm Jim.
And we are the Ascertainers.
Yeah, we are. And we're glad to be here. We have a topic tonight that we're kind of, we're supposed to be a music podcast, and we talk about music and a bunch of other crap, but we've kind of gotten off that a little because, we need new topics. So please write us at TheAscertainers@gmail.com and or go to our Facebook page and leave something or whatever. So please weigh in. But tonight it's just kind of sprung from, erupted from. A few episodes back, the term bumper pool came up.
Right.
And were you the one who couldn't figure out what the hell it even was? You had to look it up?
I saw the tables before. I never actually played bumper pool.
Okay, well,
so
it's the sport of kings.
I bet it
In case
is.
you want to know. Anyway, so the topic tonight is just kind of games / activities / sports that very few people are really great at. And,
Games people play.
And
since we're a music podcast.
Genesis?
No, I thought that was Alan Parsons.
You're probably right. We're on the air. Why are you showing me up?
Sorry.
So this fits right into it. Is that there's certain games that when people try to be good at them or that they really care about the outcome, they kind of look foolish. So what you looking for, Mac?
My phone, but go ahead.
Uh-oh.
I got my beer this time, so.
Do you know what your phone is?
Yeah, right over there.
Do you want me to get it for you?
No.
Probably take less time.
I'm going to leave it.
It's literally, this is a 8-foot table. So that phone is 6 feet away from Mark.
It will keep me from looking at it and trying to do research during the podcast.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to start looking shit up and then make you talk the whole time. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll get to that. I have some errors and omissions from the previous episode. We didn't golf this week. So, really not a whole lot happened this week.
Well, I did golf this week.
Well,
I shot a 50.
Didn't golf.
I shot a 50.
Mark golfed while I was working my ass off. Mark was out lollygagging on the golf course and shot himself a 50 on the front or the back.
Front.
Okay. So you beat me by 1. Very convenient.
So I'm going to the state tourney.
You go to state, Rico? All right. So otherwise, let's see. I had a couple of conferences at work, blah, blah, blah. That was not real awesome. But, yeah. So we're back at her. I will say that from the last episode, I have a couple of items that the Pink Panther theme was Henry Mancini, technically, but the sax player is Plaz Johnson, was the guy's name.
From the Wrecking Crew.
Well, that was the name they gave themselves, the studio musicians. That if you haven't seen The Wrecking Crew, do it. It's so good. If you like music, you will love that, and you can thank us later. And then also I thought the Way Outs were from the Jetsons, but they were from the Flintstones.
I do recall that now.
Yes. And then the only other thing I really had, here, do you have anything? Because I've got kind of a bomb, kind of a...
No, go ahead. I do have something that I got to bring up before we get into anything else, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, this has to do with George Jetson's employer.
Oh, it
yeah.
was...
And I think I was wrong. I think I said it was Cogswell's Cogs.
Right, and I said Sprockets Industries.
Spacely Space Sprockets was owned by Cosmo Spacely, and that was George's employer.
Oh.
But the rival across town, and that town is Orbit City, by the way. I actually don't know if they're in the same town, but Cogswell's Cogs, owned by W.C. Cogswell, also known as Mr. Cogswell, was a rival business. So I didn't know there was stuff like that going on.
Wow.
I wonder if they were like trying to lure George Jetson away or something.
Wow, he could have gone over there and got a big pay raise. And
yeah.
I bet there was an episode about that.
I will continue to research, but wow.
People need to know.
You peel that onion, next thing you know, you find out that Rosie, the robot housekeeper, was not solid state. She was digital.
I thought you didn't like that word.
I don't like it. I love it. So, and it depends on the application. Clearly, if I'm in a doctor's office, not a fan. If I'm watching the Jetsons, yeah, all bets are off. So, what was your thing?
What weekend is it today?
Memorial Day weekend.
Right. And I just wanted to give a shout out, remembering all our fallen heroes.
And Mark is a guy who served our country in the United States Air Force. Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think that you, I guess it's Memorial Day. It's a remembrance. So Veterans Day is the day that we celebrate those that are still
Correct.
around. So, all right, we'll catch you in November on that one. But meanwhile, yeah. Did your dad serve or no?
He did.
Mine was in the Army.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force during the Korean War.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there was nothing going on. I think my dad's a little younger. How old would your dad be right now?
He would be 92.
Okay. So he was like 3 years older only than my dad. Huh, how about that? Well, anyway, yeah, thanks, vets and their families for the sacrifice. And it's going to be a tough one to pull out of and be witty. And
I know it.
Because it's kind of a somber subject.
It is. But I'm just going to throw it out there, and then we can get back to the podcast.
You know what I think? If any of these veterans were alive today, you know what I bet they would like?
TheAscertainers?
A hamburger. And fries or tater tots from Newt's.
From Newt's, yeah.
Yeah, I think they would. I think they would go there not expecting an Ascertainer burger, so they wouldn't order it. Plus, it doesn't exist, so that's helpful. But, yeah, they'd go to Newt's, they'd get a nice bowl of popcorn, they'd get something cold to drink, they'd order one of the many sandwiches and hamburgers, or they even call them hamburgers, or you just call them burgers now, don't you?
Wow, I don't know. That maybe.
There's no ham in it.
You got to shorten everything up these days also.
So, yeah, so are we going to go to Newt's later, or what?
I would love to.
Okay. We'll have to see if the missus is up for taxiing us, because we're responsible people. We don't, and we ain't walking, I'll tell you that right now.
My other half can give us a ride, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could barter a deal, because Chris might want to go. Hard to say. But anyway, maybe she can give us a ride up, and yours can give us a ride back.
I shrugged my shoulders like the people can see me.
Well, they can on that camera.
I haven't started the recording.
I have a question. With
I'll start
with my good shoulder, I'll raise my hand. What are you waiting for?
I don't know.
I think you should do it all, just in case, in the oft occasion that we might say something witty or worth capturing. You probably should just run that thing nonstop and do it in slow-mo, because it might be hard to perceive when we actually were funny.
I thought there'd be a red light on there, but I guess not.
Well, I covered that up with a little piece of tape so you wouldn't. So
I'm going to go look at it and keep talking.
Okay, grab your phone while you're down there.
I will.
All right, it's going to be about a 10-minute break. I'll just talk you through.
Oh, wait, I can hear you without the headphones.
Isn't that something? So, yeah, if we do go to Newt's, I think I might get something different tonight. I think I might get the crispy chicken wrap, which is really good, because I'm not super hungry. So they have stuff for all appetites. Here comes Mark. Didn't grab his phone.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that. He's so forgetful. like when he's recording his golf score, there's a lot to forget.
So I was out and about today.
Yeah. Doing what, Mark? Walking?
I did walk over here. It's probably about 1.
What time did you leave the house? You must have left at about...
It took me about a half hour or 35 minutes to go a mile and a half, or whatever the distance is.
And it's downhill, too, boy. If you had to walk home, you'd be uphill.
Like I said, there should be more park benches in this neighborhood. I got to sit down once in a while.
Just lay down next to the path. I saw that the other day when I was getting the van. You notice the van's in the driveway?
I did.
Yeah, we're selling that baby. Anybody need a van, a gently used, very rusty 2002 Ford Econoline E150, make me an offer. Yeah, we're moving that bad boy. And then, we're going to do some upgrading for a family member. So
nice.
We're parting with our stuff. Anyway,
you saw this person.
You were out and about. What's that?
I thought you were going to go into a story about a person you saw.
No.
Lying on the...
Oh, yeah, there was a guy. He must have collapsed. Remember that one time we saw by your neighborhood, too? Where there's a dude just laying there on the walking path. That's the thing, I guess. People
Did you stop and help?
No, there was already a car had stopped, and there was like 4 people around him. So I figure, pretty much guessing they had it covered.
Oh, good.
That's the Christian way.
Everybody has it.
Someone else will do it. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. So next time I'm just going to start doing CPR on the guy. It's like, it's just a crib. Oh, God, get off me. All right, tell me about your errands today, Mark.
Well, I was just out and about, and I came up with things to write down for the podcast. So I was in my car, and I keep a pair of readers in my car.
Yes, sir. Were they a little hot?
No, they're in a little sunglass holder, so they stay out of the sun. So I put them on, and I type on my notepad on my phone, and then I start driving away, and I go, man, these sunglasses, everything's blurry, and it's not really blocking out the light. Because I still have my readers on, and not my sunglasses.
Be careful out there, everybody. You see Mark driving. Be real careful. Keep a wide berth.
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't brought up that we're not the same age anymore.
When was your birthday?
A couple weeks ago.
I'm surprised I didn't either, because did we talk about that at all?
We did beforehand, but
now that mine starts with a 6, it's not as fun. Because when I was in my 50s and you were in your 60s, that's a big thing.
Oh, I can see that.
It's just a year apart, that doesn't seem like much. I think that was the point you were trying to make the entire time.
10 months.
10 months?
Yeah.
That's almost a year. Maybe I'll get back in the swing of things here. I've got a little phlegm situation going on there. Like a young man's phlegm, though. So you wouldn't understand. You want to do a little radio gamage?
Let's do it.
You said you had a theme. I also have a theme. So what the radio game is Mark and I are going to mention 4 bands each. And then Mark's going to listen to a radio station, a classic rock radio station in the Twin Cities on this little earbud, so you won't be able to hear it. And if we are extremely lucky, one of us will guess the band that is playing. And then that's all. It's not that good of a game. This is a game that no one's really good at. We could segue nicely into our topic.
We've had winners before. Jim says that because
I haven't won.
Yeah. So
okay, you've won how many times out of 61?
I've won once. That's
okay.
All you need.
That's
is
a low
one.
percentage, is all I'm saying. The difference between 0 and the percentage you have is kind of like 60 and 61.
Yeah, but it's your game. And
all right. What are your first 2? Oh, usually we'll do 2 that are more in the mainstream of consciousness, and then 2 bands that are a little less well known, but kind of the bands that we like. So fire away.
I am going to go with my legacy bands of Pink Floyd and Leonard Skinner.
Interesting. I can't see the thing yet. These guys all turned on Woodstock? You already did that one.
I already did that.
I'm going with the Hollies and Thin Lizzy.
Oh, we might have. I am going to go with Molly Hatchet and
God,
Jethro Tull. Are we really doing
I got
this?
Molly Hatchet and Alice Cooper. I have all girl names. What's yours? All names?
All named after people.
Okay. Well, so I hope if it's Molly Hatchet, then we end the podcast.
You know what's funny is that
people, I'm going to do it this week. You do it. I don't trust you because I think that I know it's my band playing the whole time, and you're like, nope, Dire Straits.
I would never do that.
I think you would. Actually, I don't think you would, but that's a possibility.
But Jim said if we had the same theme,
then we could quit the. I'm looking for ways to get out of this podcast.
That's not cool, man. We put a lot of work into this.
Wow. It's a song.
Journey.
Rat.
Wow.
Round and round.
Round and round.
I think JT picked that when he was on.
So Pink Floyd was Pink Anderson and Floyd Council.
Mayweather.
Leonard Skinner was a gym teacher that they had. Molly Hatchet was a prostitute who killed many of her clients. I didn't know that.
Clever name, or was she named that before or after the killing?
I don't know.
Oh, and how'd she kill him? Strangulation.
And Jethro Tull was an 18th century agriculturalist and inventor of the seed drill.
Yeah, buddy. Old Jeff.
No wonder they had a flute in there.
Yaz Flute, the original seed driller. So, what would you, if you were friends with Jethro Tull, would you call him Jeff? Like, you know. I mean, seriously, that's a weird name, Jethro.
It is.
What did they call Jethro on the Hillbillies? Just called him Jethro, didn't they?
They just called him Jethro.
All right, well, that's not that good a story, that is it.
They were British, were they not?
Jethro Tull?
Yeah.
I think Ian Anderson was British, so let's say they were British.
I didn't think Jethro was a big British name. I always associate that with the South.
Well, that doesn't mean that they could be from England and still use an inventor from America.
Well, I don't even know where the inventor was from. Boy, this is...
If only there was a way.
No, let's not look it up. It's not that important.
Okay, I'm not looking that up. I'm looking something totally different up. Jethro, how do you spell Jethro? Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
We are about halfway through this podcast.
It's pretty... What do you think so far?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Are you... I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to the one guy that's still listening. And how is Germany this time of year? That's all I want to know.
If you're listening to this and you have ideas how to expand our listenership, let us know. Email, text us on our podcast, whatever platform you're listening to us on, or Facebook. Yeah, just let us know.
Oh, if you listen on Google Podcasts, we won't be there anymore. We had negotiations with Google, and we backed out.
Did we shut Google Podcasts down?
Probably. Well, their servers can only handle so much, you know. By the way, Jethro Tull, it's very specific how this is written, an 18th century English agricultural pioneer who invented the seed drill. So their story matches up, and he was an English guy named Jethro. Who knew? What did that guy look like?
I don't know.
I think I've seen Leonard Skinner. Actually, the name of the teacher was Leonard Skinner, but
it's pronounced Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, nice. I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Do you know what they call that record? Most people just call it pronounced. Did you know?
There you
go. You'll learn more here by accident than other places by design. I think that's stolen from someone else's. I know who it's from, too.
That comes around.
Apologies.
Even though we don't always talk about music, we communicate that way.
Yes.
With music.
Sometimes I rub my legs together. Yes. Oh, now I'm done. I'm picking up. Put my pants back on. All right.
Why does my mic smell so funky?
It's a pollen, Mark. It's pollen. I pollinated it. Cross-pollinated it. That's why I was wearing a dress. Anyway, yeah. You want to talk about games or activities that people are rarely good at and look foolish when they try to be good at it, or when they try to take it seriously? I have 7, but I think I'm going to probably only talk about 3.
I didn't come up with too much on this one.
Well, what do you got?
Well, I came up with badminton. It was
That's a perfect one.
It was like the old time pickleball. Everyone was on equal footing on badminton.
Everybody was as good or bad as the next guy at it.
And it was great to play with something called a shuttlecock.
Yes, I bet you enjoyed that greatly. Oh. They tasted funny, didn't they?
You could say that in the neighborhood when you're 7. Toss me the shuttlecock.
Oh, sometimes we were a little more streamlined than that. We would just say, give me that cock. And then as a cover, we would set up the net. But anyway, you notice the badminton net was always tangled to shit. And It was made of it was almost made out of like dental floss and popsicle sticks.
But it was like a pickleball thing where everybody had badminton.
Yeah, because it probably cost about $6.
And everybody played
and
it.
Everybody had 3 rackets instead of 4. And there was gutters filled with shuttlecocks because they wound up on the roof and then in the gutter, and then you're done.
I could never hit it that high.
It was quite a conundrum, wasn't it? The harder you tried, you would keep it low. Keep your head low. Billy.
Wow, you put some thought in that.
Billy, don't be a hero. And as they started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Who sang it?
Billy, don't be a hero.
I actually know.
I don't.
Bo Diddley and the Haywoods, I believe.
Really?
I think so.
But so it must have been a cover.
What now?
Because Bo Diddley, the cover one I heard was not Bo Diddley singing, unless he had.
I didn't say Bo Diddley. What did I say?
I thought you said Bo Diddley and the...
Bo... Oh, shit. It's not Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley's like a guitar player.
And that's what I thought, a blues guitar player.
this is bad. Cover for me. Jethro and Tull.
So along the lines of badminton.
Bo Donaldson in the Haywoods.
Okay.
I could have swore I said that. All right, well, I guess we'll find out later.
Check the tape, Mark.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm sure you'll edit it.
If you did say that, I will.
You should edit it so that it's like your voice saying the word diddly. It's Bo Diddly. And Bo Donaldson. I better verify that too.
I thought you just did.
Well, no, it came to me in a dream.
So, anyways, the other one that went along with badminton was croquet.
I got croquet on my list.
Everybody had a croquet set.
Everyone had croquet. Everyone liked playing it for about 5 minutes, and then it was like, which way are we going again?
And all the hoops were bent.
Yeah, the hoops. You had tetanus, about half the time you jabbed yourself, or someone tripped on one, and then the lawnmower hit it the next day, or some shit.
Didn't really have duct tape back then, but the mallets were always broken because you were just slamming.
Well, I think the mallets started off with like rubber on the ends, but then after those get abused, then you just had wood ones, and those you could really.
We were poor, so all ours were always wood.
Always? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you would think that the ones with the rubber ends you could really, but no, that actually kind of deadened. It was like the Novocaine of. No, it wasn't. No, it just didn't. You didn't get the good crack of the bat. So yes. And what was your favorite part? So when you hit another ball, what would you choose to do? Because you could
sending.
You could either send them, or I think you could give yourself one mallet length, or one like mallet head length, and then
you could do another
shot.
hit. Yeah.
I was a sender.
I was a sender.
You ever smack your fucking foot?
Yes.
So hard, like you're playing. That's not a good barefoot game.
No.
Not at all.
And they didn't have Red Wing shoes with the steel toe.
Well, I don't know how the hell you're sending people. Are you sending them like in behind you? To me, it was the arch that was exposed.
Red Wing shoes are pretty protected all the way around.
Yeah.
I know someone in the biz.
A designer of shoes that worked for Red Wing boots?
Yeah. Am I boring you?
No, I'm tired though. But I lied. Yeah, it's boring. But anyway, yes. Do you still hear from that person?
No.
You used to hear from him a couple times a year, and I saw him a couple years ago. Did you see him that time too? He was on his way to the West Coast is when I saw him.
I did not see him that time.
He and the missus. Yeah, they stopped by, and a couple of them went out to dinner. I don't think I was invited, so it was fine with me. But anyway. But yeah, Red Wing boots. So you went with bocce. No, okay, that's my bocce. All of mine start with an A, B, or C.
I did not play bocce growing up, ever.
Well, this isn't so much about what you played growing up.
But did you use like croquet balls after a while instead of the actual bocce balls?
It's a good question. We have a bocce kit or whatever in our garage.
Wow.
And it's like 50 years old, I think. And the box is sketchy.
You've always been hoity-toity.
They're pretty heavy. So like when you pick the box up, it's like, oh, one of these days, boy, it's just going to give and there's going to be balls everywhere.
Were they made with lead?
It'd be like one of your parties. No, they're made. Well, they're solid. They're like solid wood or whatever. Again.
Wow, balls and wood in one sentence.
Yeah, solid wood. It's just a yard full of. Yeah. Anyway, so so bocce ball. Like, first of all, you want to have a yard that's got some features. You don't want to like my yard is a flat, terrible bocce yard. You want to have it like it's on a hill. And you gotta, have some skill and stuff. But I think bocce ball and curling have a lot in common.
I was just going to bring that up. Did you have a lot of backspin on yours when you threw them?
It depends. Depends on the setting. Like, you're just going to try to land her right in there, or are you going to try to move another ball out of the way?
Wow. A lot of thought goes into bocce ball.
I know you usually use your nose for that. But anyway, in this game, you actually throw a big ball at it. So... even bigger ball. A ball requiring medical attention. That's an actual ball. You'd want to get to the doctor post haste. Speaking of which, you ever done anything pre-haste? I don't know what that means.
No.
Post haste. First I thought it was post taste. No. Wrong.
Sound like a burp.
Ooh. That's, yeah. And not sure where to go with that. I'm still patting myself on the back of the inside for the nose comment. But
Someone keeps running by your outside window.
Seriously?
Yeah.
A person?
Yes.
Sweet.
I think they're trying to be on the Ascertainers.
Wow. Well, you got him on film. That's good. You can slow it down.
I don't know if you could see out the blue curtains.
Thanks for the description. All right. You had... Here's one. This one's a little out there. I don't want to, make it too dark, but Russian roulette.
That is very dark.
Most people aren't very good at. You know what I mean?
The guy from Deer Hunter.
Unless you're Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
What was his character's name? Do you remember?
I don't.
Anyway, what I like is how the people of that land, I don't even know where they were, but let's say they were in Vietnam or Laos or wherever they were, they sat in chairs differently and they smoked cigarettes differently. You ever notice that?
I don't. What do you mean by that?
They would hold a cigarette like backwards almost.
Yeah, I do recall that. Yeah.
So, yeah. And then they always kind of like squat on a chair, not like sit on it. So, there you go. Well, this is Fine How Do You Do, because I thought that 7 was way too many. And this is either going to be a really short episode or we gotta come up with some other kind of
I was going to bring up electronic football. Nobody's good at that.
Which one? Like EA, the one with the Coleco where you held it in your hand, or the one that vibrated?
The vibrated.
Yeah, true.
What was that called? What were the difference?
Well, the one was like a handheld video game.
The handheld, you could just go back and forth.
Yeah, once you knew the pattern, it was...
And then you could just run score.
And then straight.
Right.
Yeah. But there was the one little Chuck move you had to do. The one little deek. And then you were home free.
Yeah, that one. Like you said, once you figured out the pattern, you were...
Pong, another butte. Hey, what's it do? Well, it does this. Cool. I mean, that's how deprived of any kind of entertainment.
But the paddles got smaller and smaller.
Oh, did it during the game?
Yeah. Farther you went.
The original Pong? I thought the original Pong was just, that was it.
No, it got smaller.
Well, maybe I wasn't very good at it.
Sorry.
So I didn't know that it got smaller.
Well, it does. For you, everything gets smaller.
Well, because I spent a lot of time in the water.
But I had a vibrating football
I'm sure
game.
You did. Is that what you called it? All right.
And you always had certain players that just went in a circle.
Right. Kind of like bumper cars in a way. Is anyone really good at bumper cars? Because there's some people that just don't figure it out, right? To go backwards, you have to turn the wheel all the way around or some crap. Which, by the way, why don't we have this inventor doing bigger and better things? What if I could get my car to go backwards just by turning the wheel all the way to the left? All right, I want to talk about the other ones I had on my list here. Bumper pool, still. I don't think that'll ever get its due. Air hockey. We talked about air hockey on an episode that we never aired. And I thought, I'm just going to throw this one back out here because I think we're Gaylord Fockering this episode. I have nipples, Fokker. Can you milk me? Well, we're going to milk the episode. And I wonder, A, who was thinking what when they invented air hockey? I got an idea. Take a table, poke a bunch of holes in it, blow air in it. And then, like when it came to the puck, I picture like Mike Lindell. It took him, I think it took him 3 years to invent his pillow. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, okay, if I'd spent a week, that's 40 hours. If I just worked a traditional 8 to 5 work week, hour for lunch, maybe half hour, then a whatever, little time to play Coleco football.
Did he have drawings of pillows on like a board?
Hey, buddy.
And they're standing back looking at it going...
Yeah. He had a whole team of people in white lab coats. And it was probably, my guess is, it's like, okay, it's day one. Probably, we budgeted for 3 years of development for this. For this thing, it's called a pillow. It might exist already in nature, but I'm just going to ignore that and say I invented it. Anyway, when I'm inventing the pillow, the first day, we use gravel. Okay, we're going to make a bag. We're going to put rocks in it. Oh, too hard.
Everyone go home.
Too hard?
Think about it.
No, everyone go home. Hell, punch out. Turn in your shit. I'll take your laptop
That's
back.
what I meant, yeah.
Yeah,
Call
it's
a day.
over. It's over. And then he slept on it that night, and it was like, ooh, let's go with something a lot softer.
Wood.
So they went with Circus peanuts the next day, which is really the original Tempur-Pedic if you think about it. Have you ever thought about that? It just came to me.
I never thought
I bet
about
if you
that.
filled a bag full of Circus peanuts, the heat from your head would mold perfectly, and it would smell like bananas, because that's what the flavor of Circus peanuts is.
Oh, the candy. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Actually,
actual
peanuts you get from a circus,
Oh,
which are different from
baseball
peanuts.
We really got to make sure we dial in the treble on this episode, because we want to get the peanut. Okay. Because when you say baseball penis, everybody knows you're a big Pete Rose fan, or Frank Thomas. Or apparently Frank Thomas, his girlfriend's very satisfied. I think it's great that he advertises some kind of testosterone
He
product.
does.
And no complaints in the bedroom. It's like, wow. What?
Well, you got earplugs in. You never have those complaints.
Oh, sorry. It's more of a sensory deprivation zone. So anyway, yeah. So that's good. But yeah, so anyway, the air hockey guy is probably like the My Pillow guy, where it's like, all right, so the first
How do we get off of
the first attempt at the puck, I thought, well, let's use something real light, and if the air just stuck it to the ceiling, it's like, okay, we either got to get a heavier puck or less air pressure, and then also the little thing, the thing you steer it around with. I don't think there's anyone that's really skilled at air hockey.
Well, it was not ergonomically built well, the little handle to hit.
Well, how so?
It should have been something easier to grab.
Yeah, but the idea, I think, is you want to keep your fingers off the table. When I was a little kid, I was watching it at the rec center in Rochester. Shout out. Anyway, I was kind of like grabbing the edge of the table that was in play.
Oh, and you got
And I caught one right on the ring finger, on the fingernail. Ooh.
Did it turn purple?
A lot of things turned purple that day. Like, it hurt like hell, dude. So I didn't do that again. And maybe that's why I have a vendetta against pillows and air hockey machines.
Did you have to clean the air holes with like a needle? Poke it, because they get dirty once in a while. So the puck would get stuck in certain spots where the air wasn't coming up well.
I never did that myself, but I do know of another arcade game or whatever, rec room game, where I want to ask you, did you play foosball ever? Did you ever go to a place where they had a foosball table?
Yes.
Okay. And if they didn't have like silicone spray to so the things could glide, you know what I mean?
They got gunked up.
The bar. What would you use?
I don't want to say.
We had a hack down in Rochester, potato chip bag. So like, there'd be like Andy Cap pub fry bags, and Old Dutch sour cream and onion chip bags. The little individual ones you get in a vending machine.
Andy Cap.
So we would take the inside of the bag and rub it on the bars. I mean, what either genius or white trash kind of effery is that?
I was terrible at foosball.
We had a table in my basement, and I was still terrible at it. So that's another, that could almost qualify, because it's not that hard, but there's some people that are really, they take about 5 minutes to set their shot up, and then they, bang it into the wall like half the time anyway. Or if they're playing me, they hit it so hard it comes back out. It's this hollow sound. It sounds like when you get a free game of pinball, that knock. I can't make the thing. Anyway, I knew a guy that could do that just perfectly anyway, and he's dead. But that's another story. He wasn't a listener. But anyway. I didn't do it.
We didn't kill him.
No, he
Wow, that was really dark. I don't know why I'm laughing.
It wasn't a Russian roulette related or anything like that either, but air hockey. Oh, bowling. Generally, bowling is another one. People.
God, my thumb hurts much on that.
If you're really good at bowling, it's not worth it, because you got the thing on your arm and you look like a doof.
Do you throw it straight down, or do you have the little hook?
Ball.
I am too.
The goal is a straight ball. The key is the thumb mark. is if you like throw it down and your thumb isn't like, evened up, like lined up with the direction you want the ball to go, the ball's going to go the direction your thumb was. And yeah, my highest ever, I think I got a 187 or something like that.
Wow, that's
and
pretty
my
good.
lowest is probably below 87. I mean, I've got a pretty wide range. Depends if I've been drinking or not.
Yeah, I've only shot a 300 like 4 times.
300? I got like 310. How about Anthony Edwards? You ever get a turkey?
I got a ham.
I got a ham. Speaking of Anthony Edwards, Ant, always happy to have you on the podcast.
I'm calling you out, Ant.
I just want to motivate you, Ant. This is a pretty big opportunity you've got here, and I don't think he's a guy that goes out and like goes crazy on the town or anything, but go and sleep, get your rest, pal. You're 22. You should have good rebound power, but I shouldn't say it like that. You should be able to bounce back from physical activities, but have a little Gatorade, maybe a little chocolate milk. I hear people drink that to recover, and don't lose the next two. You can't lose 2 more games or you're done.
No, win the next 4. Let's just put it to rest.
That's a good strategy.
It is.
So anyway,
they looked at the game films, and that's what the coach decided.
Man, we should have recorded tomorrow because the last time they had a Sunday game, we recorded right before it, and they won.
And you kicked me out.
I did kick Mark out at halftime. I said, Mark, if they're behind at halftime, you got to go. Because the first time we watched them together, they got destroyed by Denver. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of things that I can control from my basement/living room that affects the team's play. Don't you agree? Wouldn't you agree?
You are very powerful that way.
It's all right. Well, is this did we bring it into the station?
We did.
All right. Well, I think this will be an interesting one to listen to because I think there's some good laughs, but there's also some good lulls. So we'll let you. There's a little something for everybody.
That's right.
We
got the good and the bad.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks.
Let us know what you think on the TheAscertainers@gmail.com.
Yes.
Or on Facebook.
TheAscertainers.
TheAscertainers.
How do you spell the Ascertainers?
Traditional spelling. I don't know what that means, though.
Well, some people might think that's ASS. It's ASCERTAINERS, not like the Think Drink Disney fellas were like a real kick out of a real adult guys. They were like the Ascertainers.
But maybe in their families that was tradition to spell it ASS.
Who the fuck spells Ascertainers as a family? Is it on the crest? So anyway, no, it is ASC. Although I think, you know what? Go ahead. If you search for it ASS, it comes up. Okay, I'm not sure how.
And we also have. Oh, you can text us on the podcast.
Oh, I think through Spotify you can send us a text directly through at the top of the episode page. I think there's a link.
I think on Apple also.
I don't know if it works. Although I sent Mark one once anonymously.
I did
Do you
get
remember what
that
it said?
one. Yeah, it said you guys suck.
Yeah. And I could have not told you that was me and given you a complex.
No, I would have thought that was great. Someone was actually giving us feedback.
That we only suck? All right. All right. Well, thank you for listening, Mark. Thanks for being my thanks for letting me be your podcast partner. And, here's to 62 more.
Well, thank you for listening. Good night.
Bye.